We would like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 7 territory, and we offer programs and services across Treaty 6 and Treaty 8. We work and play on the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Nations, including Kainai, Piikani, Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries.
None of us is equipped to do life on our own. For families living with disability, connections to community, services, and support are lifelines. It truly takes a village to raise a child with special needs. Children's Link connects families with the people and resources they need when they need them. Donate today at www.childrenslink.ca, because we are all better when we are linked together.
My name is Erin DeWald. I'm the Executive Director at the Children's Link. Welcome. We are so delighted to introduce you to our families and our friends. And we want to extend a huge thank you to our friends at Bayshore Home Health for making this special event possible.
Erin, Lorna, so excited to meet the families that you get to work with every day here at Children's Link. So who are we meeting first?
First of all, we're meeting Tom. He's a 19-year-old young man diagnosed with a fairly rare genetic condition called Fragile X. He's a bundle of energy and just the life of the party, and he's going to take you on an amazing workout like you've never had.
Well, then you're going to get some swim time possibly, because you get to meet Eric. Eric is 12 years old, Eric has autism, and Eric is an incredible swimmer and just a fabulous young man.
Next, we're going to meet Evan and Andon, both of them on the autism spectrum on either end. So Evan is going to take us to church, where he's part of the media team, and Andon is going to take us to the rink, where he's going to show us his goalie skills.
And then we're going to change it up a little bit, and you get to learn a little bit about trucks. You're going to meet Morgan. Morgan is 21 years old, and Morgan has fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and ADHD.
Three sisters, Mary, Elizabeth, and Sarah, are going to be doing some baking with their mom.
Martha Stewart, look out.
And finally, we're going to meet Maria, and she is going to link all the pieces together.
Let's get going.
Hello, my name is Tom. Hello.
All right, dude. What are we gonna do? Gonna do a workout with Mike?
Let's do it, brother.
Okay. Good. All right. Now you gotta teach me. Now you gotta teach me.
Let's go, Mike.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, what do I do?
Pick it up.
Like this?
Let's go, Mike.
Like this?
Let's go.
And up. Okay. Done. More. 5. Keep going.
Let's go.
Okay.
Papayos. Amigos. And done.
So Tom is 19, and he is a character, as you have already seen and will see. But he has developmental disabilities. He has a particular condition called Fragile X syndrome. And so that's put him on a different journey in life. Tom has cognitive delay and deficiency that is a result of this condition. And also, he has certain behavioral aspects that are typical to the condition. So sometimes Tom has anxiety, he's quite hyperactive at times. So there's a certain amount of regulation and balance you need to bring to his life that's just a little different than the normal kid because of this condition.
Sure. And he needs constant care, doesn't he? He needs somebody around him all the time.
He is gaining independence, actually, and he is now starting to go to the store himself, and he's got his own debit card and his own ID and his own phone. And yeah, you got to watch over him a little more than normal, but it's also important to push him to stretch his boundaries and realize that goal that he has in life to be independent. And it's wonderful because I'll tell you one thing, being the parent of a child with developmental disabilities, I know about this, that the unemployment rate is staggeringly high, 80% by some measure unemployment. 50% of adults with a developmental disability don't have any friends. And this is something we have to change as society.
What advice do you have for other dads?
As the father, you need to be part of it, I think. It can be tiring. I get the whole issue around, frankly, sometimes exhausting. The behavioral challenges can be unique and different, and I know because I've been there. But you know what? On the other hand, the rewards are so great. And I just encourage all fathers to get involved, create a plan, and allow your child to realize their dreams.
Hello, Canada. This is Zan family. My name is Lee. This is my handsome husband, Steven, my older son, Gary, and my sweetheart, Eric. We came to Canada in 2005 with 4 suitcases. Hi, Eric. You can sit down. When he was born, he's pretty typical. He was a very sweet boy. But by the time when he was about 17 months, we noticed that he never responds to his name, and he didn't have a lot of eye contact to us. Because he was our second boy, I compared everything to his brother. I've noticed there's something different. So after talking to the family doctor, speech pathologist in the community center, and the doctor at Children's Hospital, we decided we'll do our assessment with the psychologist. He was diagnosed with autism. Because we are from a very different culture, at that time, while we are in shock, we also very isolated. Because in our culture, it's not a positive thing. Right now, I know, Eric. I know. We'll be very soon. Okay, we'll sit down. Right after my son's diagnosis, I connected with Children's Link. I felt finally I found some people who have had a similar journey. They can understand us, and many of them, they had same experience like us. And surprisingly, I met a lot of moms from same culture. So suddenly I just felt like, oh, I'm not alone anymore. We were able to have the respite services and the 24-hour overnight services. I think I've learned a lot of ways to take care of ourselves and my families through Children's Link. They give us a lot of ideas, and many of them doesn't cost a lot. These are the options that he has throughout the day. When he was younger, he actually has to follow whatever we put on the schedule. As he grew a little bit older, right now he's able to pick the activities he likes for the next. Yeah, because he's a very curious boy and he's a very strong visual learner too. So the visual really helps. If I give some advice to other parents who just got the diagnosis on their child, take some silent moment if you need. After that, go out, talk to people, find Children's Link. You're not alone. We'll go together, we will stay together, and we'll be stronger and positive.
I know there's so many amazing nonprofits and charities that you support. Why the Children's Link?
We really appreciate what the Children's Link does, and we understand that it is challenging. So it's something that we definitely believe in and we want to support. And at Bayshore, we are happy to announce that we would love to help and come into their home and allow them to have some time for themselves. And we would be more than happy to come in, send our staff to go in and look after their children. That way they can come back and be refreshed and new and, you know.
Thank you for caring about our families and about the work that we do and for making our communities better and stronger.
So Anne and Terry, you have a wonderful grandson
Yes, we do.
that you have been raising.
Right.
And tell me about, his name's Morgan.
His name is Morgan.
Yes, tell me about him.
We got him when he was 2, and he's now 21. He's just had his 21st birthday.
Wow.
Yes.
And so you're the primary caregivers of Morgan?
Yes, yes. yes.
Okay, and what, tell me about his family. What happened with your, what
Well,
happened
his
there?
mum and dad couldn't look after him, so we took him and we've sort of raised him.
And still to this day, Children's Link is still very much a part of Morgan's life, correct?
Oh, well, it's certainly a part of our life too, yes.
And explain that.
Well, because they have grandparent socials.
And Children's Link is still an active part in Morgan and your life?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And when you say you work with them, what kind of things do they do for you to help you? Beside the grandparent socials, what other stuff happens with Children's
Okay,
Link?
well, the meeting before last, they had a lady come with some rubber bands and taught us to do some exercises sitting down. That was very nice. And then last month, her subject was care. Care for yourself as well as your family, because you can't look after your family if you don't look after yourselves as well. So that was interesting.
What about you, Terry? What have you liked about Children's Link?
I've liked it because we've met so many wonderful grandparents. It was nice to be able to talk to people who understood, you know. Sometimes, you know, people outside of the family here don't fully understand what's happened and what you're going through. You get the feeling that there is help here, you know. It's not a hopeless looking journey that sometimes they're looking at.
What is your wish now, at this point in Morgan's life, what is your wish for your grandson?
I hope that he finds a job that he loves. I hope that he's able to support himself when we're not around. I wish him the best because he's a lovely boy. He's got a wonderful personality and I know he's going to go far.
Shelley, why Children's Link?
Well, I'm the single mom of 2 boys with different needs. One is 22 and one is 14. And when I moved here from Manitoba in August of 2014, our real estate agent participated in a program called Agents of Change. I had no idea who to donate anything to. I barely even knew the name of the street I was moving to. And she suggested Children's Link because it fit with my family's profile and our needs. Flash forward to 2016 in the spring, and I was able to call up because I needed help getting my Evan, who's now 22 but was approaching adulthood, getting him set up for adult services, guardianship, and such.
So tell me a little bit about Evan. What makes him tick? What are the challenges? What makes him awesome?
Yeah, he's a very, very awesome boy. He's cognitively delayed, so he has autism, he has a seizure disorder. In the areas of everyday life where life demands responsibility, action, everyday living, he needs a lot of assistance. Yet, he can come to church, he can be on the media team, he can be a youth leader, he can shower the world with the personality that he has because he's so great. And then the guardianship thing. What? I'm his mother. What do you mean I need to apply for guardianship? I've looked after this child in and out for 18 years, it would be. So we're very grateful that Children's Link is there to have the support, to know, to walk us the path, to write out the forms, who to call, what do we need to do, and assure us. And it's tough when you become the age he is. He wants to be a typical 20, 22 now. He doesn't want to be different than his peers, but he is who he is, and so we have to embrace that and help him the best we can. Yeah, I think for me, already being a single parent, that's one thing, but then when I have two different needs children, so the milestones that are reached, you know, they've graduated high school, or they've gone on to university, or they've moved out to their own first home, or maybe they meet somebody and they're going to get married. I don't know that that's never going to happen. How do I know? But for the foreseeable future, what I do know is that I don't celebrate those things. I celebrate different milestones, and they may seem very teeny tiny in comparison to some others, but it's reality, right? Where people at my age are now looking to retirement, I'm not looking there. I'm still looking to make ends meet. I'm still looking to balance my work with parenting these children that just can't be left. And I don't know what's coming. I just know that I'm 24/7 parenting, and even if I do take a break, which I try and do because I realize that's important, it's still, I'm on.
24/7.
Yeah.
Shelley, let's go meet Evan and Andon.
Don't forget that name. He's going to be a professional goalie one day.
Yes.
How does one expand the thinking capacity of a challenged mind? These ridiculous out-of-the-box visual scenarios are designed to motivate the fragile mind to ask the question why. And from there, the brain is encouraged quite organically to expand its overall capabilities towards a more independent style of thinking. And that, in the end, is our ultimate goal. For more information, visit serenitydigital.ca.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the Dravic household. My name is Thad, or Thaddeus, my wife Lisa. This is our youngest daughter, Mary. She has cerebral palsy, and she turned 20 in April. We have these circumstances which, you know, we had to reach out to people like Lorna and the Children's Link Society to help us figure out what kind of supports are in place. And that's one of the things that I think we wanted to highlight, is that there's a ton of support for children with special needs, but when they transition into adulthood after 18, strangely, there just aren't as many focused programs. And the Children's Link is actually really important. They're a really important bridge.
Can you pass us the Ladybug book,
Yeah,
please?
sure. Mary, would you like to read the Ladybug book? Okay. Do you want me here? Let me remove the shirt saver. There we go. Sorry about that. There.
Okay.
Are you going to read it? Or would you like me to read it to you? Would you like me to read it?
Or do you want me to read it?
Well, it's up to Mary. What would you like, Mary?
I'm the chief reader. Oh, it looks like she's going to do it herself.
Are you going to turn the pages? Hey, Google, broadcast, Liz and Sarah, come to the living room, please.
Okay, broadcasting now.
Have a seat. We'll introduce everybody. We're also going to have you play the Lego game, and you can talk to us about the Lego game. Would you like to do that?
Sure.
But before we do that, Mary needs to leave the living room because Mary has epilepsy, and video games can trigger epilepsy. So, all right. Ready? Yeah. Whoa. Now, let's see, how do we do this? Yeah, just gotta...
Bend in the middle, Mary.
There we go, sweetie.
There we go.
There. So most of the world is populated by what we call neurotypicals. And those are most of the people that you meet every day. Occasionally, you'll meet someone who's what we like to term neurodivergent. People on the neurodivergent spectrum perceive a lot of events differently than neurotypicals. I'll give you an example. My daughter, Sarah, has the ability to hear colors. What color is, when I play the piano downstairs, what color is that?
Gray.
It's gray. I'll take her word for it. I don't know. Do you like that? Do you like the colors? Yep. Yeah? With my daughter Liz, she's very sensitive to smell. Most people can tune it out. Liz cannot. So we have to be very careful in our home not to wear cologne or perfume or have any strong smells. Right, Liz?
Right.
Not a big fan of strong smells. Liz is not able to ignore that or shut that off. However, that gives her the advantage of being able to, once again, see the world in a different way that enriches her life. So it's important to remember that people who are neurodivergent can see the world and appreciate all of the things that their bodies can sense, smells, temperature, sounds, colors, in a unique way that gives them a unique experience.
My son arrived in this world 9 weeks early, totally disrupting all of my carefully laid plans. And I'm a planner, so that was difficult. His birth put a sharp end to my ability to continue working as a special education teacher. But now he would begin teaching me, and it couldn't have been more of a blessing. My boy taught me to see the world in a different light, to be less judgmental of others, and to truly appreciate the strengths and the beauty in each person I meet. Out of necessity and survival, he has also taught me the importance of community. One of my favorite quotes on community is from Henry Nouwen. Community is first of all a quality of the heart. It grows from the knowledge that we are alive, not for ourselves, but for one another. We are truly linked together.
So for Maria, we actually, so one thing is, when she was around 5, we did have genetic testing done, and we found out that she has a condition called trisomy 8q. And so of course, that doesn't really give you too much detail because there's only like 3 or 4 cases known in the whole world, right? So once we kind of knew she would need care for the rest of her life, so what we've done is had like respite workers. We used to have someone come in after school or on the weekends. And the funny thing, Lorna, though, is letting go, because when I got the caregiver in the morning, it was like, I'm the only one who can brush her teeth properly, or I'm the only one who can, make her breakfast, because no one else can do that. But just having that trust and of course finding the right person, because we've been through quite a few caregivers, let's just say, but finding the right one takes a long time, and just having that trust that, they're just as good as I am, right? And they can take care of Maria just as well as I can. I'm not ready.
It's a huge step, isn't it?
It is.
And when you get to this stage, correct me if I'm wrong, when you get to this stage where you have an adult dependent,
exactly,
you are a forever parent. And it's important at that stage that those other people from outside your home come in and take a role.
Exactly.
And exactly what you're saying, it's that trust piece, it's that reliability piece.
Yes.
It's making sure that her needs are met and that she's happy and content.
Exactly.
And that you are assured she's safe.
Exactly.
That's big. Big for parents.
It's hard because she can't tell us how she's feeling. Like, she can't express if something happened to her at program, or if something, so thankfully we have a communication system with her program, but in the outside world, like, how do we know, right? Like, she can't tell us what happened. She can't tell us how she's feeling. Even like if she's not well, it's just a guesswork, right? Like, of what's happening with her, right? Like, what's happening. So definitely, it is.
My advice to parents like who have kids with seizure disorder. Maria has a seizure disorder. So the biggest thing, but the biggest worry for me is to keep her physically safe, because she gets grand mal seizure. So that means the seizure starts, if she's standing, you have only a few seconds to catch her. Otherwise she's coming down. To keep her safe, I have retrofitted the house with a few things, like we have put gates on the stairs with electromagnetic locks on them. And to eliminate the elevation differences, we have built a ramp. And also, like, next to her bed, we keep a mattress just on the floor. So just in case, at nighttime, if she had a seizure, then if she falls off, there is something to to protect her.
And I think the biggest thing overall as a family is that we all recognize that life is short. So every day we choose to practice gratitude. Every day it's just our home is always filled with laughter, joy, and love, and we just always choose to celebrate the little things in life.
At the Children's Link, we believe people with disabilities and those that support them should be connected to the resources they need to improve their lives and to strengthen our communities. We can't do this without your generous support. Please go to childrenslink.ca and donate today, because we're all better when we're linked together.